Yeah, so I was talking to Rachel Lowry on one of these videos a couple of weeks ago, and she said that Medway is quite misunderstood. Is that something you go along with, or?
Yeah, I think Medway likes being misunderstood.
Yeah.
I think no, it is weird. I think it's because we're so close to London. We are. See, if we were like Liverpool, Manchester, these are great, enormous cities.
Yeah.
And if you're doing well in their music scene, you're generally doing well nationally.
Yeah.
The same has never been the case with Medway.
No.
You know, and Billy as a start would have proved that. But no, we have to break into London. That's the same with when I'm doing writing. If I'm trying to do plays or music, we have to break into London.
Yeah.
When we're not in London and we don't know how it works.
Yeah.
You know, and it's still still an effort to get up to London to see a show come. We used to go to gigs and get the milk train, but you can't get the milk train now. So if you want to go and see a show in London, it's a bloody hotel, and it's only 30 mile up the bloody road.
What's your proudest memory of being in the Singing Loins?
I think filling out the 100 Club.
Okay.
Because to do that as an original little kind of acoustic act, and never having been in a clique or anything, I was ever so proud of that. And you kind of, at certain ages, you realise, well, that's not going to happen, that's not going to happen, I'm not going to be there, I'm not going to be there. So you start, and the real honest goals are, it's not, national superstar, it's, have I made my mark locally? That's what I kind of began to focus in on and think, okay, I've got to make my songs mean something to, a group of people. To some group of people, the people in Medway at least, if it's not going to go much further, apart from these strange little pockets here and there, then it must at least have made its mark in Medway. So, and that started happening right towards the very end. It was weird. We were kind of a culty pub band, in 50, 60 people. They all got it. And in the last couple of years, it started going a bit haywire locally, and we kept getting caught out. Like we launched Stuff, which is a penultimate album, at Medway Little Theatre. Didn't make it all ticket, only booked it for one night, and there were 100 people outside hammering on the doors, really angry. Fans had driven down from Bedfordshire, got all over the place.
Wow.
And it caught us unawares. And then, and we used to do Christmas gigs at the barge, and suddenly people couldn't get in. And people were getting angry with us, and we didn't, it was very, very odd. Like our last gig, but then obviously that was the kind of goodbye gig. And we sold out the Cornish Days, and I was really chuffed with that. So it's the
tickets outside.
So I hear, yeah. Well, they had a limit of 350 people. I thought, well, 350 people, we're not going to get 350 people pay a tenner to see the Singing Loins, but we took a double-decker bus and up to the 100 Club, and there were enough other Londony fans and stuff to actually fill the 100 Club. And that's a tiny, tiny thing. To some bands, that's like the first step. Well, for us, it was actually the ultimate step.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That'll do me if it's not going to be anything else. Just the fact that I've been doing this for like nearly 40 years. I've been doing it for 40 years. And the Loins for about however long, 25, I don't know, 30 years.
Yeah.
Right, okay, finally we've made our mark, because you're never quite sure if you have.
Yeah.
Right, okay, we can pack out the 100 Club, and we can pack out the local corn exchange. And for us, that was, they're almost beyond expectation.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm proud, totally proud of the Loins.
Yeah.
And there's 10, 11 albums over some very difficult times, split ups, families, deaths, births, and to keep that thing going in some form for that long, that'd do me.
If there this might be a really difficult question. If there was one song that you felt defined what you're about, what would it be?
Well, in that jolly, jaunty, sing-alongy, pubby style, I mean, the audience dictates that,
Yeah.
which is House in the Woods, I suppose.
Okay.
Time for singing, time for loving, time of plenty for doing nothing. One pair of boots for work and walking, dust them off when I go a-courting. I want to build me a simple house in the woods.
House in the Woods was probably...
Because that's like a yearning for a simple life.
Yeah, yeah.
Just,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So probably that, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just, and it was just one of those simple things that clicked the right nugget of words, clicked with the right piece of music, and people loved that right from the start. So, although there's later stuff that is more involved and intricate, and I would, and you know, probably if a song defined the Loins, it would be House in the Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of
Low
themes
belch,
about.
no.
Sorry?
Yes. Low belch. Yes. Go on. Sorry.
We'll cut that. There's lots of themes about being an underdog, or life really kicking you down, but you just trying to get on with things.
Yeah.
There's
That's the story of Medway. I think.
the song for the underdog.
Yeah.
The Dog Shit Gang.
Yeah.
Just about a bloke who.
That was real. See, that was real. That was me, because I've had so many unskilled jobs.
Yeah.
It's and I was road sweeping for a while, and we were working in Gillingham, and I was in one of these scarab things. You know, they go around the curbs, going. Scarab bill, good name, cleaning up the shit. and we were in this gang, and I had to get out and walk along in front of it.
Yeah.
And it was like, shake them weeds out, boy! Which I shout at the end of it, because like, you had to pull them weeds out, chuck them in the middle of the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sweeping all the shit. And in the parks, you pull the stuff out of the bins, there's needles and puke, and, you know. So, but the thing about, they wanted to be in the dog shit gang, that's absolutely real.
Yeah.
The dog shit gang work the alleys, and they do about half an hour a week.
Yeah.
And they only touch the dry. It's all absolutely true. They only touch the dry ones. They won't touch a wet one.
Yeah.
And they just roam up and down the alleys,
Yeah.
cleaning up dry dog shit,
Yeah.
and then go home.
Yeah.
And
So there's a small victories. Kind
yeah,
of thing.
the people in this scarab, they thought it was absolutely wonderful
Yeah.
to whiz round the streets doing a mucky old job, doing a rotten job,
Yeah.
as quickly as possible. Then go and hide down the Strand, and we parked down the Strand.
Yeah.
Everyone would get their son out, I'd get my guardian out or something. And there'd be three of us in the front here, like,
You with your guardian.
yeah. and they thought it was wonderful to do the round in like 3 hours and then hide for 6.
Yeah.
But doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and so hence the lines, I'd rather be practising me photography, practising me songwriting. They thought it was getting one over on the man to hide up and do fuck all. And that was,
Yeah.
no, I didn't quite get that. I'd rather have been busy or just gone home.
I'm conscientious, but I'm overlooked by the council's secret society. They never listen to a muppet like me. I need the afternoons to write me poetry. I wanna roam through the alleyways, job and knock, but this bloody job's got me in a headlock. I wanna be in the dog shit gang, but why can't I be in the dog shit gang?
All things come to an end. The Loins ended with a final gig at the Corn Exchange, as you were saying, and I think with the encore, Rob's mandolin string broke, and that was that.
That's right. Well, we were going to, for the encore, we were going to do the last song on the last album,
Yeah.
which is called With All Your Blessed Heart,
Yeah.
which talks about if you haven't broken your strings, if you haven't smashed your skin,
Yeah.
why bother? That's the one we were going to do. We couldn't do it because all the strings were fucked. So there's nothing you can do if your strings are fucked.
Appropriate. That was way out.
We never had roadies and guitar techs.
Yeah. Okay. So, what happened
What happened? Well, of course there were tensions, and people realise that, and that's a standard thing in bands. So there were tensions, and you know, there's no. I want to remain positive because, as I say, I'm really proud of what we did. For me, we'd become a bit inert. It was very difficult to kind of get the energy going. I'm really chuffed with the last album, but there was nothing left after that.
Okay.
And also there was a reluctance to put the newer songs in the set. So I kind of felt it was we were in danger of becoming a parody of ourselves.
Right.
And just doing, oh, we want some Tatton songs, do we? You know what I mean? So, and I kind of, no, that was enough for me. So
Yeah.
I just needed to leave because, you know, there's no way I'd ever flog it. We've been offered lots of money to get back together, the sweeps.
Yeah.
We could have made £5,000 at the last sweeps.
Wow.
But I'm not ever going to do that. Not just to, you know, never say never, but, you know,
Yeah.
if some new songs were to emerge in the future, yes, I'd kind of look at that, but never going to get back together just to do the kind of, you know, to massage your ego and have hundreds of people
Okay.
going, you know, that's just, you know, there's no point in that.
Well, that's the reunion question covered then.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I wouldn't just do the old set.
No. Okay.
There's absolutely no point to that.
Yeah. And away from the Loins, away from singing, you write as well. I mean, you did, well, kind of tied in with the Singing Loins. You did Songs Before You Die as a musical. How did that come about?
Oh, that. Don't know. I sort of wrote a play. Yeah, I kind of wrote a play. Oh,
Just
yeah.
wrote a play?
No, the subject. Yeah, well, I've always written kind of plays and blue. Some I've tried putting on loads, some I haven't, and some.
Yeah.
So I used to send stuff out, and the rejection slips I've collected. I just don't bother now. I just kind of. I sent some stuff out, and you know, we had this big musical in South Korea, which was
Okay.
really odd. But that one you're talking about, no, that was just literally, that was a kind of a one-act play that I had. And I just suddenly had an urge. I thought, hang on, I can find a way to put some old Loins songs. It's just for fun, just you know. I didn't even consult Arf. There were songs that I'd written all of them with Arf because they were on like the comeback album thing.
Okay.
So I just kind of put it on. And again, I mean, that, what do you think? Because I had to have meetings at the theatre about how we'd set the thing out. I said, well, because at first we were going to do it kind of cabaret style with tables and chairs and stuff. And they started, the tickets went on sale, and I said, no, you can't do that. So, put the rake seating on. That sold out. Open up another section at the back. And ended up sold 300 tickets to see a play in Chatham. It was bloody odd. And the Loins weren't playing or anything, it was the actors that did the song. So that was good.
Yeah.
So I've always, you know, and then I wrote kind of, I've written a couple of, you know, novellas and books and stuff, and this, that and the other.
So this play in South Korea, how did that happen?
Well, that's a fucking weird, isn't it? Serbia, South Korea. Right, well now, okay, me and Rob wrote a musical. I suppose at this point the Loins weren't acting. No, maybe we were, I don't know. And Arthur wasn't interested, no, so I wrote some, I wrote, again, a play, knowing it was going to be a musical, so I wrote a kind of, I want to say musical, not West End Wendy stuff, kind of, you know, Brechtian musical theatre, something interesting.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we wrote, I wanted to do a thing on Punch and Judy, so I wrote a live action Punch and Judy, wrote some songs for it with Rob. Now didn't know what to do, what was supposed to do with it now. So anyway, there was Greenwich Theatre were running something called New Musical Futures, and they were championing new kind of musicals. So on the eve of this thing, I saw this and sent it off, and we got through all their heats and blah, 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 and we had to put on a kind of half-hour version of the show. So I got all these lovely people that did it all for free. Jim Riley, but they all got involved. They come up and did this kind of play for us, and they liked it. So they put it on. They developed it and put it on at Greenwich Theatre just for 2 nights to try and attract co-producers to put it on.
Yeah.
Nothing. But anyway, the next year we wrote something called The Ballad of Elizabeth Sulky Mouth. We got picked again there. That was good. That got National Theatre interest. National Theatre. So I was working with the National Theatre for about 2 weeks. They were looking for new musicals as well.
Yeah.
And they chose Damon Albarn to do. He did a couple of musicals with me, but that was meant to be me. But anyway, it was Damon Albarn. So
You're not bitter.
no bitter. And then we did a third one. They really championed us. They really did like us. A woman called Hilary Strong. Anyway, there was that. So it happened 3 times. So we thought, okay, well, I don't know what to do now. Anyway, meanwhile, the head of the South Korean, the head of the South Korean National Theatre,
Yeah.
Mr. Yun, was he had his representative on Earth over here, scouring around New York and London,
Okay.
looking for earthy, working class musical theatre writers.
Okay.
And he called in at Greenwich Theatre. They put us in touch with them because they wanted to do a version of Wojciech. Have you heard of that? I hadn't.
No.
It's a fragment of a little German play by a bloke called George Buchner. He died in 1780 or something and just left these notes. But it was the first kind of working class hero in a play. And it's a play, definitely not a musical. I mean, it is tragic and heavy, really heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they chose us. They paid us some money. So I was writing the play for years and years. This went on for. Rob just gave me kind of 20 or 30 ideas for little bits of music, which I squirreled away to bring out. But then I had to write the play and had to kind of invent it from these notes. There's been lots of versions. There's a version on at the moment again in London. I can't think where, but it crops up occasionally. This strange play because it was the first working class hero, and it's about kind of bullying in the military.
Yeah.
And it's a set piece, although we've never heard of it. It's a set piece in South Korea because they were constantly invaded by Japan, and there are all problems like that, and the problems with the border now. So it's a kind of set school thing over there.
Okay.
And so it's very, very popular. Anyway, so wrote this thing, and I had some battles with them. And it took 7 years. I walked away from the project for 2 because I didn't like what they were talking about, so I called their bluff and fucked off. And eventually they came back after 2. They tried to other people. They were writing with some bloke in New York and trying it with this and trying. Anyway, they came back humbly. Said, "You were right, Chris." So then we did it, and it was good. And then they couldn't get it on in London. We showcased it in London twice. Once at the Drill Hall, which is up next to RADA, and once at the Charing Cross Theatre. There's a lovely little space under the thing there, opposite Heaven. Opposite Heaven, that's a good song title. And Heaven the Club. Anyway, and they're still, again, because it was too heavy, they couldn't get. I mean, I inserted humour and even a love story in it and made it as palatable as possible, but it is heavy stuff. But I wasn't going to go any softer, so I left it true to what the original notes were.
Yeah.
And they went for it. And again, we couldn't get any kind of co-producer involvement in London because it was going to cost a hell of a lot to put on. Anyway, forgot about it for about another year, and then they phoned up and said it's going on at the LG Theatre, Seoul, which is a 1,200 seat theatre. It's playing for a month. And so they flew us over there.
Yeah.
Me and Rob. And we had to do all the kind of, press junkets and stuff, and it was a big noise, briefly. Yeah. So I played for a month, sold out for the first 3 weeks, and then started tailing off. So it didn't get taken up again.
Yeah.
But it's even so, 40,000 people saw it, and we got paid, fairly well, that's a miracle. But seeing it done, and they did such a job. It was fantastic.
If you ain't out of breath and still in tune by the end, if you're strings ain't even broke, and your skin not ripped apart. Why, oh why, tell me why'd you ever start? What's the point? Why'd you even bother at all?
God, look at this for a replacement knee.